So in this video I'm going to be talking about the transition from the carnivore diet and all the things that have happened in the last week with that. Well, it's been almost 1 week since I started to transition off the carnivore diet and to start adding some carbs into my diet again. And in this video I'm going to explain to you all about what's been happening and also some additional information as well. So let's get into it. And the reason for me stopping the carnivore diet or postponing it for now is because I'd gone and got some blood work done. I found that I had some kind of deficiency in my kidneys going on, and over the past week or so we've been diving deeper into blood results and other tests to see where my kidneys are actually at. Now, no one knows what has caused this kidney infection or disease or illness or whatever it is. I'm very cognizant not to label it here on YouTube because I have a lot of people making comments, making suggestions, guessing, and none of that's proof yet. So it could be the vaccine, it could be COVID, it could be my health deterioration, the fact that both my mother and father have had kidney illness before they died could be another factor in it. There's a whole multitude of reasons why it could be the case. So I decided to stop carnivore for now because as an athlete I can't continue having the bad experiences that I was having all related to my kidneys, and I wanted to find out what was going on with my kidneys first of all before I started anything. So I'm not dismissing the carnivore diet as an opportunity for me in the future. I want to get my athletic performance because it is my way of living, it's my life, that's what I do every day. I've got to get that back on track, and then I can start to tweak things and work things out. So I've just started to reintroduce carbs to my diet, and it's been a pretty interesting experience the last few days. So first of all, when I started to reintroduce carbs slowly to my diet again after transitioning off carnivore, I noticed an instant improvement in my running performance. It was absolutely dramatic. I almost went back to my previous levels before I had COVID. I felt immense amount of strength again, and I was just able to run like I used to be able to run, so it was a huge bonus for me. At the same time, I started to put on a little bit of weight, and up until yesterday, which was about day 5 or 6 of transitioning off carnivore diet, I've started to lose the weight again. So that's also a good sign that my body is starting to balance out. Now, I have introduced carbs very slowly, so for anybody out there that's transitioning, you'll know by doing your research that just like going into carnivore, which I didn't do, it's a good idea to transition slowly back out of carnivore if you're choosing to do that. And of course, there's lots of people out there that are choosing for different reasons to transition out of carnivore, and that's up to everybody. I have no opinion when it comes to whether somebody should be on carnivore or not. I think this whole health journey, nutrition planning is a very individual thing, and you need to do what's best for you at your age and your condition and all the other variables that impact our lifestyle. So as I said, I started to transition out very slowly. I started to introduce things like cheese into my diet. That seemed to be going very well. I was still eating quite a bit of meat. In fact, I'm still eating meat every day, and there's no problems at all. The other thing that I stopped was electrolytes, and the hydration side of things has been really interesting for me. Now, if you've been watching my other videos on the carnivore series, you'll know that I've put my hand up and I've said, yeah, I made some mistakes. Look, I went into it too hardcore. I did all the research, and one of the research factors that I looked at was other athletes that I've been in contact with around the world who transitioned straight into carnivore and didn't have any problems. So I thought that with my current state of health and physical prowess, if you like, I was able to handle going into carnivore directly, but that wasn't the case, and I had all sorts of troubles. So a lot of people have made comments, yeah, but you only did it for 3 weeks and it takes months to adapt, and I know all of that, I understand all that, that's very, very clear. What I'm trying to say to you is the only reason I've stopped or postponed things for now is because of my kidney issue, and that's something that I'm not prepared to play around with my health. All the other factors, high cholesterol, the electrolyte imbalance and all the rest of it, yeah, I can deal with that, and I'm happy to go through that process. And I was just mentioning that the electrolyte process was something that I got wrong as well. So I definitely had a mineral imbalance. I was taking too many electrolytes. It was having a bit of a havoc on my system, and as such I wasn't able to get that mineral balance right in my body. So that's something else that I didn't do properly whilst on carnivore. So I've stopped the electrolytes altogether now. I'm just drinking water again, feeling absolutely fantastic just on water. No need for electrolytes. I'm getting all my hydration from water. I'm doing my long runs again, and I'm pumping in the water on those long runs, and with the rest of the diet being slowly introduced to some carbs, very, very happy with the way that things are going right now. So what's the plans for the future? Am I going to go back to carnivore? Well, I don't know, to be honest. I'm going to see how my body starts to respond from a training point of view over a longer period of time. So I want to give this a month or so before I start looking at alternative options again. I think because I'm doing ultra distance running as my job and as my career going forward, I'm going to be needing to have some kind of carbs mixed in with either a high keto or carnivore diet, and keeping a few carbs in my diet for that purpose. But it's been a really interesting journey so far, getting this nutrition plan sorted out. I'm 58 years old, and I never thought I'd still be playing around with my diet at this stage of life. I guess it's one of those things that you just constantly do throughout your life. And I've still got tweaks to do to make this right and to get it right for what I'm trying to do in my life. A lot of people are commenting in my video that, you know, you didn't give it long enough, or you didn't do this, or you didn't do that. Thank you, I appreciate your comments. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. But again, you're not living my lifestyle. You don't know my DNA background and all the rest of it. And I think it's important for all of us to understand that when somebody's having some troubles on their nutrition plan, there's always going to be a backstory. There's always going to be some information that we don't know. The purpose of going into this great carnivore community was to get support and guidance through that process, which I must say 95% of the time the people were absolutely fantastic, giving really, really good information and helping one to build up their knowledge around going into this carnivore situation. But I did find, as I have found with people who are vegans or on any other diet, there's a lot of preaching going on that this is the best and the end all and nobody should be doing anything else, and people can choose what they want to do and what works best for them. And that's what I'm going to continue to do on my journey, and what I'm doing in my life as an athlete, and preparing my body in the best way that I can. I'm prepared to try things. I'm prepared to give them an opportunity. I had hoped that the carnivore process was going to work out a little bit better for me, but I didn't understand that I was going to get some kidney issues. That to me is a major red flag, and it's something I don't want to deal with. I recently just had my mother pass away in the last few weeks, in fact, and she had kidney disease. So it's something that's top of mind in my family at the moment, and it's something that I wanted to make sure that I took a lot of care with. So I guess that's something else that was in my consideration with this whole process as well. So I'm back into my training. It's going really, really well. I'm feeling fantastic. I'm feeling as though I'm getting all my energy levels back up again. I'm able to deal with the distances that I'm running at the moment, although they're not great distances, but I'm doing really, really well. I've got no aches and pains, which is another really good sign. And yeah, just really, really pleased with the way that things are going. Been very encouraged also to get a lot of comments from my other videos from people that are doing very, very well on carnivore. That's fantastic to hear. I really like to hear good news stories, and people of all different age groups and backgrounds and experiences are doing really, really well on carnivore. So like most things in life, I think there's a lot of benefits to be gained from being on carnivore. I think there's a lot of opportunity as well, as we all get to learn and know about different food groups and where our food's coming from, how it's being prepared, and what it does to our bodies individually. And that's the key thing, and that's exactly why I went on carnivore. I wanted to see what results I could get for myself, not just from a daily lifestyle point of view, but in my performance as an athlete. And having spoken to world record holders, people that have got to the highest level in sport in running like I'm doing, who are on carnivore or keto diets, doing extremely well. That was another major motivation for me to give it a go. So there we go, that's the status after my first week of transitioning off carnivore, adding some carbs into my diet, feeling extremely good. All my parameters around health have come back to me, in terms of strength, in terms of sleeping well, in terms of my running energy during the day is good, moderation of moods is fantastic, not having any issues at all, introducing some carbs back into my diet. So there we go. I'll keep putting videos up as I move forward in relation to what I'm doing in my athletic journey. I'm still training for the run through the UK, which is happening at the beginning of May. I'll be running 1,800 kilometres from Land's End in southern England to John O'Groats in the top of Scotland. Doing that for mental health in world sport. I'm going to be an advocate for that notion of making sure that we look after more and more athletes and coaches in the world, because mental health is a really major problem in the world of sports right now. But you can follow all that on my channel, so don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell notification, tell us more about your carnivore journey. I'm really interested to hear from more people about what they're doing, in particular sports people. If you're out there and you're having a good experience on carnivore, would love to either connect with you or hear from you on my channel, and I'll make sure that I respond to your comments. So there we go. Thanks very much everyone for watching this video. I'll be back again soon with another one in the not too distant future. Until then, stay safe, stay well, and keep eating that meat if you love it. See you soon.